This is PPD, the Philippine Podcast Directory, the one-stop list of podcasters in the Philippines. The PPD has brought a lot of podcasters and podcast titles together in one place. Our goals include bringing startup podcasts to a wider audience, forming a community of podcasters to raise the standards of Pinoy podcasting, and giving listeners a one-stop hub where they can find titles they might be interested in. The PPD also has its own podcast, The PPD Show, highlighting specific podcasters and podcasts in each episode to give listeners a glimpse of the people behind the mic. The PPD Show is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and wherever you listen to podcasts. The Philippine Podcast Directory can be found on Facebook and Instagram. If you have a podcast and would like to be included in the list, please send us a message and we would love to add you to our list and welcome you to our community.
This episode is sponsored by Podmetrics. Podmetrics is a platform we use to get all of the data we need for our shows, from who listens to us to where they are. If you want to start using Podmetrics, visit podmetrics.co and use the code DMTGShowPod. Again, that's podmetrics.co and use the code DMTGShowPod. Dayan, so welcome to another Unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the TG Show Podcast. So, so for this episode, we're going to talk about a lot tonight. Morning, afternoon, or evening. Kung ano man ang lagay ng panahon sa bahay nyo ngayon. So, before we start this episode, I want to say, malapit na pala ang 11:11 and 12:12. So, may links for Lazada and Shopee is still available every description na bawat episodes ko for the podcast. So, if you want to shop on Lazada and Shopee, please use my links below on every description ng bawat podcasts natin starting last week. So, pag nag-shop kayo, pindutin niyo muna yung link and then diretso kayo doon sa portal ng Shopee or Lazada, whatever it is. And then, after nun, kayo ay, yung pagkaka-order nyo, darating yung order sa bahay nyo. And then, may makukuha akong commission doon. Galing niya rin sa inyo. And, syempre, konting appreciation lang yun dahil nga sa paggagawa natin dito ng content here in the pod. And, malaking bagay yun para sa akin. Let's cut down our topics for this week's episode since napakadami nito. So we're going to talk about Hell in a Cell. We're going to talk about the Bound for Glory. We're going to talk about a lot tonight. Since ang dami nating kailangan i-address. Pag-uusapan din natin yung nangyari Monday night. Kung sa mga kawalokohan nila sa Retribution ngayon. Sa AEW, yung sa Dinner La Bernier, whatever it is, putang ina, ano ba yun? La Dinner La Bernier, putang ina, ano ba yun? Bisit. La Dinner Bonaire, yun pala. Mali pa rin ako. So, Dinner Bonaire, putang ina, mali pa rin ako, bisit. So, Dinner Bonaire pala, ayan. So, Dinner de Bonaire, ayan. Impanops na agad. Di pa nagpapakita. Di pa halos lumipas yung 1 week. Para kilala nyo na agad yung Dinner La Bonaire na yun. Debonair. Ano man pangalan ng hayop na segment na yan. So, reminder ko lang muna. Malapit na ang 2022. Kung gusto nyo mag-register, syempre, ayan, mag-register na kayo sa mga malapit na Comelec offices sa inyong lugar. And then, visit bothpinas.net bothpilipinas.com for more details about the election in 2022. Mali ata ako, bothpilipinas.ph. Basta yan, di ko sigurado. Check ko na lang later in the podcast. So, let's go to it. Ayan, So, Bound for Glory take place last Saturday in the US, Sunday in Manila. And we're going to chat down not everything. Instead, we're going to talk about some important segments. So, first thing, Rhino wins the Call Your Shot match, Gauntlet match, and nakip ni Heath Slater or ni Heath yung kanyang contract. And nakakuha na pala siya ng contract. Si Rhino, he kept his contract on Impact. And then ayan, si Heath nga, may contract na siya for Impact Wrestling. So, my thoughts, okay, predicted ko na siya before since tungkol din kay Rhino and Heath yung storyline na to. It's very obvious na sila yung mananalo ngayong match na yon. And feeling ko lang baka hindi sa world title lalaban tong si Rhino if ever. Baka tag titles to with Rhino and Heath Slater. Ba't pala Slater? Heath lang. So ayan. And then also address din natin yung yung Moose versus EC3 since isa to sa mga pinaka-inabangan kong match-ups on that night. So, para sa akin naman, maganda yung skit na pinakita dito. 9-10 minutes skit na to ng Bound for Glory. Para sa akin, hindi siya yung pangit, hindi siya yung maganda. Sakto lang siya sa storyline na ginagawa ngayon ng Impact Wrestling. And hindi sa parang sinasabi ko na ito yung worst. No, hindi siya yung worst dito. Kasi mas worst pa dito yung sa NXT last May or June, whatever it is. And sure ko naman na-deliver na tong match na to yung story na gusto nila ipakita dito. And yung pinapalabas nila na storyline dito ay napakita naman nila sa match na to. And I love it. I love how paano nila nagawa yun, paano nila na work out yung story na yun. I love it. I love it seriously. And ang medyo nadismaya lang ako ng konti dito sa match na to is doon sa may music. Yung music part nitong match na to, medyo nadismaya ako sobra. Kasi naririnig ko is music over the nakakairita din dahil ng na syempre nanonood ko ng match, napakalaking distraction ng music na yun, nakakairita. Ayun, so also we're going to talk about the knockouts title. Su Yung is back finally after of few months of break and taking the gimmick of Susie. Ayan, so Su Yung is your new knockouts champion after defeating Deonna Purrazzo in a knockouts title open challenge match ni Deonna Purrazzo since si Kylie Ray na dapat ay nalaban kay Deonna Purrazzo ay wala sa event. And ang speculations nito is speculations kasi dito is kaya wala si Kylie Ray sa event is dahil nga medyo okay naman si Kylie, okay siya. Pero parang kung ano yung naging problema niya sa AEW, parang ganon ang natin. Syempre mental health talks yan, hindi ko na siya masyadong sasalsalin o hindi ko na siya masyadong papabain. Mental health issues. So, yun. So, medyo interesting sa akin yung pagbabalik nga ni Su Yung since ang tagal niya na din hindi nagpakita doon sa gimmick na yun. I love Susie but mas gusto ko din tong si Su Yung. Ayan. Also, the Knockouts Tag Team titles is back. Finally. After a few years of waiting about this moment, the Knockouts Tag titles is back. And I love it. Sino bang mag-aakala na mas maganda pa yung tag titles nila kaysa sa WWE tag titles, the women's tag titles. And magkataka na rin ba ako kung bakit wala ng tag team division sa WWE? Hindi, 'di ba? And then finally, the main event of Bound for Glory is Rich Swann versus Eric Young for the Impact World title. So, para sa akin, one-sided match to. Eric Young dominated the match. Then in the end, medyo bumabawi na si Rich Swann dito. And basically, Rich Swann won the match. Clean and simple as fuck. So, that's it. That's it for Bound for Glory. So, konting sense lang about this event. Sa tingin ko talaga, hindi na siya yung dati na biggest event of the year. Hindi ko na siya pwedeng i-treat like that. No, hindi na siya yung ganun. Hindi na siya yung event na parang every year may pasabog, every year may surprises. Ngayon, hindi masyado. Hindi ko masyado ramdam. Since aside sa pandemic, medyo, alam mo yun hindi naman sobrang laki din ng impact ngayon. So, the expected, yun lang. Yun lang talaga ang masasabi ko. Yan, that's it. That's it for Bound for Glory. Let's talk about Hell in a Cell in a bit. So, before we talk about Hell in a Cell, ulitin ko lang guys, So, my Lazada and Shopee links is still intact. If you want to shop on Shopee and Lazada, use my links below in the description of the episodes below. Darating din yung mga orders nyo if you use the links below, and then makakuha ko ng commission from the links. So, use the links below, and happy shopping. Happy shopping pala. Happy shopping yung puta. So, tuloy tayo. So, let's talk about Hell in a Cell. So, not all the card, di natin pag-uusapan ng buong card. Let's talk about the importance lang din. So, number 1, let's talk about Otis muna. Otis Tucker match. Otis mismatch plus Tucker's heel turn. Since ito yung medyo interesting. So, The Miz defeated Otis to become your new Mr. Money in the Bank after Tucker turning on Otis, hitting him with a briefcase, and then that's it. Miz pins Otis, and that's it. Mr. Miz is your Money in the Bank winner. And medyo shocking sa akin yung pagkapanalo ni Miz dito. Pero hindi ako na-surpresa dito na sobra na mag-heel turn dito si Tucker. Hindi ko din siya naisip actually. Pero na-feel ko kasi dito is if Miz or Otis man ang may hawak na tong briefcase, sure ko baka matalo to. Talo tong cash in, definitely. And nasa sense ko din na baka since mamaya natin pag-uusapan to since medyo may ipit natin yung discussion natin for the 3 Hell in a Cell matches. Mamaya natin pag-uusapan. Alright? So let's talk about the Hell in a Cell matches na. So, Roman Reigns defends the Universal Heavyweight title against Jey Uso in a I Quit Hell in a Cell match. The only way to win the match is say the word I quit. Hindi yung pinfall submission. Walang ganon ngayong match na to. So, I love the concept na nakalak kayo pero hindi kayo gagamit ng pinfalls or submissions. Hindi ko na siya na-discuss sa huli kong episode since medyo nawalan ako ng oras doon. Pasensya niyo na ako. And ang masasabi ko lang talaga about this match is superb. Start to finish, ang galing ng ng part nila dito. Roman J. Uso, Jimmy Uso. Ang ganda ng mga parts nyo dito. Wala akong masabi. Yung match, given na yun, maganda yung match. Given na yun, sobra. Despite the fact na alam naman natin na one-sided lang naman tong match. Given na yun. Pero yung storytelling and kung paano nila ine-execute yung story na to, superb. Superb talaga. Wala akong masabi dun sa storytelling nitong match na to. I love the storytelling in this match up. So, and then, bonus din yung paglabas ng tatay tsaka tito ni Roman. Tito ba yun? Or uncle. Uncle ni Roman, yung tag team dati na Samoans din. And kinarnation nila si Roman as the tribal chief. And I love it. I love it. I love the segment though. I love the match. Pero mamaya na tayo magre-rate ha. Baka nagkataka kayo ba't wala pa akong ratings. Mamaya tayo i-rate sa dulo. So, let's talk about the Bayley and Sasha Hell in a Cell match. Since ito yung isa sa mga paborito kong match of the night. Pwede ko na siyang i-feature dun sa match of the week or natin segment natin, babalik natin match of the week. Mamaya, pag-uusapan natin din. Marami tayong pag-uusapan pa. So, Bayley versus Sasha for the SmackDown Women's title. Sasha Banks defeated Bayley to win her first SmackDown Women's title plus Grand Slam champion in the process. Grabe. Para sa akin, ito talaga yung pinaka-suwabe na Hell in a Cell match na napanood ko. Meron mang konting epic shit na nakita natin sa match. Meron mang ilan na ganun, pero napaka-suwabe. Sarap panoorin itong match na to. Hindi kagaya ng dalawang Hell in a Cell matches na medyo predictable plus shitty. Alam naman yun. Kung mga match yun. And sana pagkatapos itong feud na to with Bayley, ipahinga nyo muna yung feud between Sasha and Bayley, and then balik na lang sa December. Pwede kayo mag-chairs match. Sa totoo lang, chairs match. Chairs match is the perfect way to end the feud, and then WrestleMania, chairs match sa TLC, December. Since chair naman yung ginamit ni Bayley na pang-atake kay Sasha in the first place, plus para nababawian na lang sila ng chairs di ba? So we can use the chairs match as the stipulation for Bayley versus Sasha in the future. And yan. Ayan, so I'm done with the two Hell in a Cell matches. Let's talk about Retribution muna, since medyo naisip ko yung Retribution. Nadidismaya ako sa booking nila sa Retribution. Parang ginawa nila jokes tong Retribution. Retribution right now is 0-4 as of recording, 0-4. And ang matino-tino pa lang na accomplishment ng Retribution is Mustafa Ali. Yun pa lang. Yun pa lang talaga yung matino-tino na appearance dito ni Mustafa. And yun pa lang ang major accomplishment ng Retribution. So, if you watch Raw, if you watch Hell in a Cell, manonotice nyo talaga na manonotice nyo talaga na the event is fucked up. Retribution is fucked up right now. So, balik tayo sa sequence sa Hell in a Cell ulit. Let's talk about the main event, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. So, medyo the first impression talaga na naisip ko dito sa match between Drew and Orton is sloppy, but surely sloppy. Yes. Ang bagal ng match. Feeling ko hindi siya yung match na parang papanoorin mo talaga na main event, and sabi ko nga, hindi talaga magme-main event to. Feeling ko talaga na hindi siya magme-main event. Pero nagkamali ako ng tingin doon sa match. So, yan ang main event natin this week. Sa Hell in a Cell this year. Hell in a Cell, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Ang dami nilang spots dito. Maganda yung mga spots dito. Pero, parang napapaisip ako, bakit nanalo si Orton? Ano ba to? Transitional champion? Pwede bang ipain na lang kay Fiend? Ibabalik ba kay Drew? Or sisave ba nila for WrestleMania 37 versus Edge if ready na siya mag-compete? Or Roman Reigns ba? Anything. Ang dami kasing pwedeng Ang dami kasing pwedeng mangyari once they booked this crap properly. Diba? So, let's talk about Raw then. Let's talk about Raw. 2 episodes of Raw na. Sasama rin na lang natin. So, ngayong Raw episode to, meron tayong sandamakmak na qualifying matches for Survivor Series. And Survivor Series is the next pay-per-view on the WWE Network. So, ang nakapasok na sa men's Survivor Series match ay AJ Styles, Keith Lee, and Sheamus. And then sa women's 5-on-5, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, Mandy and Dana Brooke, and si Lana. Seriously, Lana. Lana talaga. Hindi ako makapaniwala. Kahit ako guys, di rin ako makapaniwala na nakapasok si Lana doon. Seriously. Mga tinalo niya, credible wrestlers din. Yan, si Peyton, si Dana Brooke, ay si Lacey Evans, tsaka si Nikki Cross, pare-parehas yung mga credible participants. Pero Lana, putang ina, ano to? Seriously, putang ina, ano ba talaga to? Magic? Lokohan? Ayan, so napaisip talaga ako, bakit Lana? Seriously, ba't sa Lana pa? Ang dami kasing credible wrestler sa Raw, and they choose Lana to be part of the match at Survivor Series. Seriously, I'm sick. Oo, pangit ang women's division ng AEW. Kuha natin kasi according sa ibang sources. Kaya pinapasok yan sila na para kawaan siya ng tao. I don't think nakakawaan to na tao. Seriously, di ko alam. Pero let's see ano ba talaga ang pwede mangyari dito sa match. Let's see in the future days. Baka mamaya magkatotoo nga. Since Lana is a face now, hindi na siya heel. So, other things to address is yung mga matches for Survivor Series. So, andito na nga. Official na yung napakaraming match-ups. So, let's start with the champions versus champion matches. Umpisa tayo sa World Champions. That's Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns in a champion versus champion match. And then, the tag team titles, the New Days, Sabre Woods, and Kofi Kingston against Street Profits of SmackDown. And then, yung United States title, Bobby Lashley versus the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn in a champion versus champion match then. And then women's title, Asuka versus Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion. Remember, every Survivor Series matches na to, pwede siyang mabago anytime. They can change the champions anytime. And since nagyari na to last for the past years, possible na siya mangyari ulit na maging iba yung champion na pwedeng maglaban. Pwede nga ata dalawang brand ang pagpapalitan champion, di ba? I'm done with Raw. Siguro isa na lang ipo-point out ko dito is yun, The Fiend and Alexa Bliss storyline. Ito, ang ganda ng storyline nila so far. I love how they do this story. Paano nila binibuild talaga tong Alexa Bliss as the second Fiend. Paano nila binibuild out tong parang character dito ni Lexi. I love gusto ko paano nila binibuild tong shit na to. And let's see sa mga susunod na episodes kung paano nila mabibuild ng maayos tong Alexa Bliss. So as far as I'm concerned, I love the addition of Alexa Bliss. And let's see in the future kung ano pa yung maasahan natin for them. So, let's talk about NXT now since Bound for Glory is over. Hindi ko na babasahin yung results from last week's Impact. So, let's talk about a few things since maraming important details dito sa So, Halloween Havoc is coming next tomorrow. Or siguro if na-upload ko na to tapos na ang Halloween Havoc. And hindi na ako masusurpresa doon sa outcomes. Pero feeling ko naman baka walang champions na mababago dito as far as I'm concerned. Wala mababagong champion dito sa episode na to. So the important part of this episode of NXT, last week's episode of NXT, is the title change between Breezango versus Honor Locan and Danny Burch. So the original match is Bobby Fish versus Roderick Strong na parang yun talaga original na kaset. Pero lumabas nga sila lumabas nga dito si Oni Locan and si Danny Burch. Grabe yung match dito. Grabe, maganda yung match. Satisfied naman ako sa naging match up. Pero ang nagtataka lang ako dito kung paano ang story dito na pagpasok dito ni Pat McAfee. Hindi ko mag-gets kung paano naging pasok nila dito. And then may umatake kay Fandango from behind and then nag-low blow dito si Burch. That's the heel turn. And then finally uppercut. That's it. And then yung attacker is Pat McAfee. Yeah, that's it. I think hindi pa tapos ang story between Undisputed Era and Pat McAfee. Yun talaga na-predict ko since then. And may future pa to. Possible nga na magkaroon pa ng multiple man match sa future takeover or future NXT episodes pag nagkataon. So then next, let's talk about the AEW, especially the Ladiner Debonair. Putang ina, ano ba talaga? Ladiner Debonair between Jericho and MJF. And then yung 4-way for the tag titles. And then yung AEW title tournament eliminator. Yun ang ating itatakel for this episode sa AEW. So, Wardlow, Adam Page, Kenny Omega. Speaking of Kenny Omega, medyo natatawa talaga ako doon sa part na ini-introduce dito si Kenny Omega. Grabe, natatawa talaga. I was laughing all night while nung pinanood ko talaga yung event tong AEW episode to. Grabe, tawa talaga ako ng tawa noong nakita ko talaga na parang inintroduce niya na napakahaba to si Kenny Omega. Kahit medyo parang hindi na siya yung relevant ngayong taon. So, again, ulitin natin kasi nanalo. That's Wardlow, Omega, then si Pentagon, Phoenix, pero si Pentagon na ang lalaban. And then si Adam Page. That's it. So, yun ang maglalaban-laban for the semifinals, and then the finals will take place on the Full Gear, na alam naman natin na Kenny Omega versus Adam Page ang mangyayari dyan. Pero let's see pa din kung ano pa ang mangyayari. Also on this night, na official na din ang main event ng Full Gear. That's John Moxley defends the AEW title versus Eddie Kingston in a I Quit match. And then madami in-announce dito. Mamaya titignan na lang natin kung ano pa yung mga in-announce dito. So, and then ito na nga yung Dinner Debonair. Parang nagrarant talaga sila dito doon sa sa Porter Steaks, which is natatawa talaga ako. And then parang na-attention na talaga dito kung papasok ba talaga si MJF sa Inner Circle. And then sila dito, nagmusical sila dito, which is tawa ako ng tawa habang pinapanood ko yung musical na to. And then parang natapos yung segment na to sa nagko-complain sila parehas about doon sa steak. Siguro kung WWE ang nag-book nitong baka marami na nag-bash ngayon. 'Di ba? Marami na nag-bash ngayon sa kanila or sa promotion mismo. Parang feeling ko ito talaga for sure Jericho and MJF magfe-feud talaga sila for sure. Maglalaban sila dyan in the future days. And I'm sure din na baka tumiming ito next year or after Full Gear. So, ganyan ang makikita natin. So the main event for this week's AEW Dynamite is the 4-way match between Bucks, Private Party, The Dark Order, and The Butcher and The Blade. So summary na lang natin. So the Young Bucks defeated Private Party, Butcher and Blade, and the Dark Order to face the FTR Full Gear for the tag titles. Medyo maganda sa akin, pero bitin talaga ako sa gusto ko sana ma-build nila talaga tong story na to. I wish na i-build talaga nila to for sure. So, and then let's talk about the NXT UK muna, since medyo interesting din sa akin ng UK na to. So NXT UK is shaping up again. Shape up na ulit sila. And then in-announce din na 4 PM ang NXT UK this week's episode, for specific 4 PM Eastern Time, 4 AM Manila Time. And then, ito na nga ang ating highlights. So, Trent 7 defeated Kenny Williams with a 2-1 score to advance in the next round of the Heritage Cup. And then, in-announce na din ang semifinals, between Trent 7 and Dave Mastiff. And then, also, in-announce na din Joe Coffey will return soon. Baka as far as concerned, tapos na siguro yung mga suspensions doon sa speaking out thing. Also, Jordan Devlin will return as well. And then finally, nagkaroon nga ng contract signing between Walter and Ilya Dragunov. Sana mabigyan tayo ng napaka-solid na match for this week's NXT UK. So, yun. And then, let's talk about SmackDown, since medyo, himala. Hindi ako nakaabot na 1 oras. Pero titingnan pa rin natin kung anong papaabot natin dito. So, the Kevin Owens show, nag-open ito sa SmackDown. Yan, tungkol kay Daniel Bryan. Parang gusto ni Kevin Owens na mag-team sila ni Daniel Bryan, since Kevin Owens, isa na lang ang kulang sa kanya na title, which is the tag titles sa kanyang Grand Slam thing. So, parang in-insult din ni Bryan si KO na lagi siyang traidor. Parang ganon. So, tatawa din ako sa part na yon. And then, pero feeling ko talaga, it's either mag-feud talaga sila or baka sila ang makatalo sa Street Profits as far as I'm concerned. And then, ayan, wala naman ako pakikid Bianca Belair. Dito isama yan. So, Chad Gable is back. Sure kung baka heel dito si Chad Gable. Medyo, nadidismaya talaga ako na nagiging iniisip pa rin ng WWE na na relevant pa din si Lars Sullivan dito. I think they're trying to still try rin nila kung relevant pa rin dito si Lars Tebertes since the scandals and everything. So, ayan, let's talk about yung ito, gusto ko lang i-point out tong promo dito ni Bayley, promo na maikli niya dito. I like the promo, parang gusto ko parang perfect na Bayley yung heel turn na to. Parang superb na sa akin yung heel turn na to. And sana dumating yung araw na siguro magpapalabas sila darating yung araw na siguro magpapalabas sila ng isang document focusing on Bayley's heel turn and 365 ganun. Baka mapakita nila kung kan nagsimula yung heel turn nga ni Bayley hanggang ngayon na champion na siya, longest reigning women's champion. And then so finally nakahinga na ako ng malalim. Let's talk about Law and Otis. So medyo obvious naman based na rin sa mga sinabi ko kanina about Hell in a Cell. And medyo natatawa lang ako ng konti at nadismaya sa Law and Otis at the same time na medyo nakakaumay. Typical na paglilitis na sure ko na miss ang mananalo dahil sa pera. And then, yun na nga, dinefend niya ang alam naman natin na mananalo nga si Miz. Naisip ko din naman nanalo si Miz dito. Pero para sa akin lang naman, ang nagdala talaga dito sa episode na to is JBL, si Simmons, and si Long. Si Teddy Long pala. Putang ina. So, predictable naman kasi nagsabi na nga na call na din dito na na baka mag-split na rin dito ang Heavy Machinery for no reasons since naghiwalay nga sila ng brands no draft. And then nabalik nga si Tucker for SmackDown. And then yun. And then let's talk about the main event of SmackDown. That's Murphy and Seth Rollins. Grabe man, grabe. Parang itong match na to is a pay-per-view match, pero hindi. Di na binigay sa atin to sa pay-per-view. They gave it to us as a SmackDown match. And I love it. Grabe. Kahit mahaba to, wala akong pakialam. Na-deliver pa rin nila yung match up na to. Parang para sa akin, may future pa dito si Murphy kahit natalo siya this week's SmackDown. Pero feeling ko satisfied pa rin ako sa run na to ni Rollins as the Friday Night Messiah. Monday Night Messiah. Naisip ko pa din kasi yung Monday Night Messiah, so Friday Night Messiah na lang para mas proper. And then that's it. And then di ko na tatakal tong kay Roman since Roman won the match. And yun na nga, in-announce na rin nila yung match dito about the sequence nga for the main event at Hell in a Cell, pero hindi pala main event. So I'm not surprised actually. Hindi ako surprised doon. So I'm done with Hell in a Cell. I'm done with Bound for Glory. I'm done na rin sa lahat ng shows. So let's talk about something. So, ito muna, itatakal ko muna is yung sa important part nitong ano. So, let's talk about the muna, the theme song Thursday natin last week. So, that's the search for Monday Night Raw's theme song since hindi ko pa siya natatakil for this week's episode. So, dalawa pag-uusapan natin dito. So, una dito, ito nga, the search, and then the second song is yung announcement ko for the next episode of this podcast. So, the search. The search is our Thursday's theme song of the week. Since para sa akin, ang ganda tong yung kanta. But the problem, hindi siya bagay sa event. Yun talaga ang pinapoint out ko dito since the beginning na pinalitan nga nila yung theme song. Grabe talaga, hindi talaga siya bagay sa SmackDown, hindi rin siya bagay sa Raw, or hindi rin siya bagay sa wrestling. That's it. That's for the discussion. Fuck it. So, announcement ko din na I'm going to release a bonus episode about the, album of Elias, that's Universal Truth. I'm going to make my review of it probably this week then. Abangan nyo na lang kung ano man yung mangyayari. Baka malat pa rin ako habang nire-record ko itong episode na yun. Kahit malat ako, i-record ko pa din. And yun lang muna. And then, ano pa ba pwede natin i-tackle? So, we're going to talk about the, mamaya scores. We're going to talk about the top question in a bit. So, the most overrated wrestler nga na tinakil ko dito is Cena and Hogan. Hindi na ako magtatakil ng questions since di naman ako makabasa ng questions. Wait lang. So, yun, nakalimutan ko na sasabihin ko. tagal ko nasa CR kanina. So, yun, sabi ko nga, sino yung pinaka-overrated na wrestler ngayon? Ever yun ever. So, sinagot natin dito is either Hulk Hogan or si John Cena. And totoo naman, di ba? Parang ang feeling ko nga dito, the feeling na as long as they are booked as overrated pa rin sila. Di natin mababago yan. And may nabasa kasi akong comment on the thread din na Walter is overrated. Walter is overrated. Seryoso doon. Nabasa ko yun, seryoso. So, ito, my comments. Kung sino man na nagsabi nun, napaghahalataan ka. It's either di ka nanonood ng NXT, hindi ka nanonood ng mga matches ni Walter sa Indies, especially ICW, especially Progress, or highlights lang talaga ang pinapanood mo, or NXT UK. The rest, hindi mo na pinanood. Kasi man, papakyuan talaga kahit agad. Kasi if you're going to talk about na overrated si Walter, diyan ka nagkakamali, tol. Walter is one of the biggest guys in the WWE. And yan, tao na yan, di yan na-appreciate ng tao. Dahil, number one, ang pinapanood lang ng tao is either Raw or SmackDown. Kino-consider lang nila ang NXT UK or NXT nga in particular as the alternative. Parang they're treating those two shows na parang, ayan, manonood na lang ako pag gusto ko. O papanoorin ko na lang tong show if I want, or if you want to watch it, I'm going to watch it. But seriously, man, wag mong tawaging overrated ang isang tao dahil lamang sa booking sa kanya sa isang company. Hindi yun overrated. Ang overrated pag pinagsasawaan na ng tao pero gusto pa rin ng booker o gusto pa rin ng tao na ipakita siya doon as a main attraction. At hindi overrated si Walter. correct me if I'm wrong, hindi pa rin overrated si Walter. Ako nagkasabi sa inyo. Kung sino naman nagsabi nun, Pacquiao na lang siya doon. And then, ayan. So, in-announce ko na nga ngayon na yung ating next episode is all about Elias, na yung album niya na Universal Truth. Yun ang ating itatackle for this next week's episode. And then, yun na rin ang ating Team Song Thursdays for this week's Team Song Thursdays this week. So, dito ko na lang din in-announce. Baka ma-post ko kasi agad sa page. So, in-announce ko muna. Team Song Thursdays for this week is the album of Elias. That's the Universal Truth. That's it. So, wait. Ano ba babasahin natin? So, ayan, shoutouts din muna kay Thunder Rosa for following the podcast on Twitter. Twitter natin is the MTG Show Pod on Twitter. And nag-follow na sa atin si Thunder Rosa. That's great. Wow. And sa malaking karangalan na i-follow talaga ako ni Thunder Rosa for the content. It's malaking karangalan talaga sa akin na i-follow niya ako. Which is, hindi naman sobrang stupid pero wala eh. Thank you pa din for following the podcast. And, yeah. And then, ayan, magtatakal pa ba ako ng ilang stuff. So, in-announce na din ng AAA na babalik ang AAA Triple Mania event sa kailan ba to? December. Di pa in-announce kung kailan talaga siya gaganapin. Pero sure natin na mangyayari itong Kenny Omega versus Laredo Kid in a AAA Mega Championship match sa December, Triple Mania 28. Yun na muna. Madami pa tayong itatackle. Ano pa ba? So, yung mga episode natin sa podcast is now available on every platform that I use currently. So, that's Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor, other platforms as long as you use the platforms and then the MTG Show Podcast app on the Google Play Store. So, ayan. And then, ano pa ba ang tatakal natin? So, in-announce din pala ng WWE na Undertaker will be the main attraction for this year's Survivor Series. Nakalimutan ko pala kanina. So, that's stupid. Para sa akin, ano lang to, parang hinahatak lang nila o naghahatak lang sila ng attraction to, parang they're finding a way para mabenta nila yung pay-per-view sa network or sa kahit anumang platforms na ginagamit ng WWE for this thing. Pero para sa akin, hindi siya yung wise decision. Hindi siya wise decision for me. So, masyado na akong madaming sinabi. Masyado na rin akong madaming sinabing mali or marami na rin akong sinabing tama. So, that's it for today's episode. Follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor, any platforms you use the most, and then the MTG Show Podcast app on the Google Play Store. And then follow the podcast on Facebook, facebook.com/the MTG Show Podcast, Twitter and Instagram, the MTG Show Pod. And then may personal accounts, Twitter and Instagram, AG Penera. Habang if you want to discuss with me about the stuff, try nyo lang, wag nyo mahiya. And then the Discord chat is still there. Relevant pa rin ang Discord chat natin, kahit di active, pero still andun pa rin ang Discord chat natin. Andyan pa din. So, shoutouts din sa PHC, sa HXC, sa Podcast PH, Philippine Podcast Directory, sa Wrestling Podcast, kay Thunder Rosa, syempre. Tsaka sa lahat ng partners natin, syempre mga kasama natin sa ride na to. Sa lahat naman tumutulong sa atin to build this shit up or kahit anumang bagay na pinagagawa natin today is dahil yun sa ibang tao na tumulong sa akin to build this fucking podcast. So, yan yung ating Patreon pala. Nakalimutan ko. Diyos ko po. patreon.com/dmtgshowpod. Aayusin ko na po ang Patreon. Pero sure ko po, $5 lang yan. That's 250 pesos. Meron po akong pinagpaplanuhan na baka ang gawin natin dito is dalawang two tiers. That's 250 and 500 pesos. Yung ating pong 250, syempre, ayan, may discussion tayo, community tayo, plus yung discussions, pwede ko kayo i-mention sa bawat episode. Pwede kayong mauna sa mga didi-discuss natin. Pwede kayong makisali sa episodes natin, especially today, na mga madami akong mini-mention madalas na pangalan. Pwede din kayong ma-feature sa mga stuff or pwede rin kayo ma-feature dito sa show. Ayan, tier natin, that's 250 tier natin, and then the 500 peso tier, baka dyan natin ipasok yung podcast shirts natin, which is magpapagawa na ako and gagawa na ako ng design for the MTG Show podcast shirt by the PPD shop, PPD store, whatever it is. So, yun ang mga pinagpaplanuhan ko. Again, follow the podcast on the different platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, my personal accounts, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and then the podcast platforms. Follow nyo lang lahat yan para sa updates about the Patreon stuff. So, iiwanan ko na kayo. That's it for today's episode. Thank you and see you on the next episode. Stay safe and stay reso. Thank you.